Scrolling through those expensive retail sites, now we all know the pain of needing a fresh kit, but seeing those crazy high prices, well, there's a smarter way to support your team. Welcome to okjersey.com. The quality speaks for itself. Look at the detail on these designs, whether it's the latest from Man United or a classic Chelsea kit. You can get any jersey in every size you need, and yes, you can fully customise it with your name, your number, or your favourite legends' details, from the Premier League to La Liga to Serie A. If you're looking for it, it's here, and it's always for the best price. Ready to save big? Head to okjersey.com now and use code NAF at checkout. That's code NAF to score an extra 8% off your entire order. Cheers.
Yes, people, smash the like button. Make sure you do so because it always helps the video. We've got Lee. Looks like he's got lots of light shining above him. Not that. That's what happened against Wolves. VD as always. Wolfie as always. And Cal's in the corner smiling because he finally got a win.
Legs, stream on.
Turn your mic down.
What do you mean stream on?
Oh, shit. Hold on. My lights aren't coming on. One sec.
It's this Iron Man.
Too loud for you.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he is. But yeah, man. What you saying, Lee, man?
Bro, I'm here. Just got some work going on in the background.
But you're enthusiastic today. Why?
Enthusiastic? Am I?
Yeah, I thought you'd be enthusiastic, man. Still top of the league, and you know.
Nah. I'm not gonna do that kind of stuff, bro. That's
Nah.
not me.
No, that's what Jamie said as well. But it was him.
Nah. Shout out to Jamie though. That's my bro. He's still. That's my guy.
IBDs, nice to see you smiling. It's like what's happened? What's happened this weekend, man? I don't know, man. I'm seeing Lee not enthusiastic when he was, and I'm seeing you smiling after having a mad like showdown with CB, Jimmy, and Javon. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying. I mean, Wolfie's happy as well because his team's.
I'm smiling. I'm smiling.
Wolfie, can I just say, Wolfie, some exceptional work yesterday.
Thank you.
I privately messaged you, but I can't lie. When you what was the one when you said Specs, are you missing Isaac? Because I don't think he would have scored that if he was playing today. Yeah, it's fucking exceptional work, bro. I can't lie.
My team was on form. I'm on form. What can I say, bro? It's been a good weekend.
Yesterday's show was one of my favourite Never a Foul shows I've ever watched. Can't lie. Everyone was on
first Never a Foul show you've ever watched.
yeah. If I'm not on it, I don't fucking watch this shit channel.
You must be buzzing as well.
Me?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I am because I've got my Kinder Bueno Christmas calendar, so I'm happy man.
And then obviously Palace got whitewashed 3-0.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? It's in Man City's hands now, the league.
Is it?
I mean, I don't know about that.
Oh, because Arsenal's got to go to the Etihad.
I don't know about that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's true,
form, man.
True.
Look, it's been like that for a little while. For the last 2 weeks, that basically if Arsenal win every game, they win the league. If City win every game, we win the league. But neither of us are winning every game, so I don't really go with that narrative.
Bro, it changes every week, and it's starting to do my head in a little bit.
I must admit, I expected it to change this week, though. I expected us to potentially drop points at Palace. So
you man dealt with them.
Get 2 own goals to get a win against a Wolves team that have 2 points.
You know, lethal, man. You know, just lethal. The Cherky, Foden, both. That's naughty, man. That is naughty. And Haaland, I can't even lie, fam. It's starting to look like Haaland's best striker of this generation, man. This guy is so lethal. This guy is dangerous. I ain't seen anything like this. Like you could talk about Harry Kane and stuff like.
You know what?
I must say,
any sort. Maybe not right now. Maybe in a few years, isn't it? When he starts breaking some more records.
I must say, this season, he's started to because I feel like Haaland, for his height, hasn't always been the best of headers, but this season he seems to be improving on that as well. Because the cross from Nunes was a great cross, but he had to get a lot of power into that header, and he managed to do that. So yeah, man,
Directed it
result.
so well. Literally so well. He's all the way at the back post. He's put it keeper's far side.
You know what? The maddest thing is this guy called it 10 seconds before. So before Núñez had put the ball into the box, he was saying Haaland's not moving about much, but he seems to be that he's moving off to the back post. And then next minute we put literally 10 seconds later we put a cross into the back post, and there it is.
Gaps, you spending money in Gen, do you think? Or do you know?
See, for me, right, I don't know is the answer.
All right, let me rephrase. Do you think you need to?
I think, I don't think. Someone I watched this other City content creator the other day, right, and he was saying, like, I think City win the league, but that's not because of City's form; it's because of Arsenal's form. And he's saying that, like, because I still think with City fans, we're still not completely 100% convinced, because how can you be until you see a new squad win a league, you can't be fully convinced, can you?
There's a lot of this from the City fan base, which is a bit Chelsea-like. There's no chest.
Fair if you want to say no chest.
Why?
Oh, you man,
I mean, Bo, at least I'm saying I'm in the title race. I'm definitely in the title race, and we're going to be there.
Congratulations, man. You know, don't put.
Well, Bo, you should say congratulations, Bo, from you. But no, it's just. But you would say no. The difference is. I'll be honest. If you want to find chest, if you go and find the younger City fan base, online, right, you'll probably find all of that. For me, I wouldn't say it's about chess. It's about respect. I actually do think Arsenal are a good team, right? And
okay,
so
but let me ask you this: if you could swap Arsenal and Liverpool around, would you?
What?
So if you could put Liverpool 2 points ahead of you or Arsenal 2 points ahead of you, who would you rather have? Both playing on form.
Well, obviously it's going to be Arsenal, bro. But I feel like you knew the answer to that because
I want to know what this mad respect.
Because you're seeking an agenda.
I'm not seeking an agenda, bro. I'm saying, how are you not more confident?
Okay, because I look at. Right, first and foremost, I can't just forget last season, right? I can't just wipe last season out of my head, I look at our run of games. Okay. I look at our run of games, and we have 2 very nasty runs of games in 2026, and I still have to look at that. Now, don't get it twisted, The fact that we went to Crystal Palace and got 3 points makes me a bit more confident because it's showing me now. And I said to Cass, literally, we were just at favourites, right? And we were talking about football. And I said, if we get in between Christmas and New Year, we've got Sunderland away and Nottingham Forest away. If we win both of those games, then I'll start to think, okay, cool. City can go away to difficult places and get results. But at the end of the day, however good our form is, we have lost to Newcastle and Aston Villa away in the last 6 weeks, right? So I have to look at those games and go, we are also dropping points. So
they are like super hard games.
Sorry, can we just get this? Let's just get this. Away games are hard games. Can we all just fucking realise that away games are hard games?
Well, Wolves was in.
Well, Wolves is different. Wolves won 2 points for fuck's sake. But
I
don't like this. I'll be honest with you, Daps.
No.
I don't care what you like.
If we do this, the thing is, I think Arsenal got a harder run than you. They've got
that's because you have, bro. Really,
they got Brighton, Villa.
No, hold on. I'm not talking about right now. I said there's 2 points in 2026, where we have very nasty runs of games, very nasty, Like there's 1 week where I swear we've got Tottenham away and United away in a week.
Yeah, but you just said about the if you beat Forest away and who's the other one?
Yeah, I'll be more confident. I'm not going to do that. Okay, now I'm confident. That's it. We're going to win the league. I'll be more confident we're going to win the league. But I also then look at other fixtures and I look at tough runs of games and go, that's a tough run of games, right?
I know, but my point is you will drop points and so will Arsenal. I think this comes down to the game at the Etihad.
It could do. It could do.
That's going to be a good game, you know.
If you want some chest,
Wolfie,
and if you want some chest on that, if it comes down to City v Arsenal at the Etihad, then we're winning the league. If it comes down to that, yeah. Because I'm sorry, however much
you drew the last two. Or
when is it? When is it though?
Yeah, because our goal. Yes, because if it comes down to that game, our goal difference is better than Arsenal's, so we win the league.
There's a month left after that, isn't it? If you're saying 24th
but
April.
ultimately,
24th.
Bro, I'll be honest, Arsenal's run looks a bit scary, bro. They ain't got a nice run for the next however many games.
Yeah, but
Everton
Arsenal,
away,
we even get
Gabriel, Villa again, Bournemouth away, like is Forest away,
is Villa away?
18th of April.
Villa's at home. Villa's at home.
Yeah, but let's be real with Arsenal, man. If we're going to talk about this title race, we got to include Villa now, right? That's only fair. It's only fair.
We do.
When it comes to Emery setting up away from home, he stinks of shit. Look at yesterday against West Ham. It's the same thing. I'm not. But that's that, anyways. Arsenal's home record is nasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at their team. They ain't got Gabriel on their pitch, who's a big key of their build-up, defending goals. Bro, they weren't even getting shots on target with a man. When he returns, which is funny enough on Manchester United's game, yeah, when we got them, dickhead. But let's be real,
they're missing Gabriel a lot. And I don't just mean defensively, they're missing him.
Well, that's 7 Premier League games.
Emirates gets washed out at
7 Premier League games without Gabriel. So, I mean, and again, they're not easy fixtures. Like, they got Saliba back. They've got what's it called? They'll rotate.
They got pretty much a week off now as well.
Coming back now as well. Gyökeres, I'm gonna be honest. It's for me. It's Gyökeres. Gyökeres is a big part of why they can't play football. Crap. He's crap. He does get missed out. Don't get me wrong in certain runs, but he's crap. You have to agree, Lee, innit?
Yeah, he's dead, bro. Like, yeah, he's actually terrible. Like, it's just that simple. I don't really know, but I think, look, everyone's making some decent opinions and stuff like that. But I think for me, if I'm looking at it, I think everyone's looking at fixture lists. You're not including Champions League. You're not including injuries. Yeah. Everyone's saying we'll wait until April, but you don't know what happens. Arsenal have had a lot of injuries. Let's see if Haaland can stay fit for the whole season. Like, I think that's a massive factor. Like,
let's see who Haaland.
Yeah, let's see if he can stay fit. Like, you just never know in football, innit? And then obviously we got to work out from there. But yeah, like he might get injured. And I'm not wishing. I'm not wishing injury.
Have you been sleeping for 2 months? You know that Haaland thing's a bit of a myth now.
No. I'm just saying people are trying to prophesize games and fixtures, but let's not talk about April.
Well, that's why we're on this panel, bro. What do you want us to do? Talk about the weather?
No. You're talking about a game in April when we don't know what's going to happen with injuries. Let's just wait.
Facts.
Talk about the next 5 games rather than you're going all the way to April or May.
I'm going all the way. You know, I'm going all the way to May, and I'm going to tell you that Man City win the title. Okay,
no. Okay, 2 things can be true. You don't have to go lose your head and make out that like the game's going to be down, the league's going to be down to that game in May when we don't know what's going to happen with injuries. I didn't think that Arsenal would have the amount of injuries that they've had currently, bearing in mind we've got one of the deep. But no, Wolfie, can you let me finish my sentence before you jump in with these gimmicks? Because ultimately, I'm not here to defend us. I don't actually care.
Stop doing the YouTube thing.
You are literally talking about a game in April when all I'm saying to you is, can we just see what happens with certain teams and their injuries? So right now, you're going to say to me, or someone's going to say to me, we need to include Aston Villa. Let's just see how they go for the next few games before we put them in there, because do we not learn from what we did with Chelsea? We only did this with Chelsea a few weeks ago, and now we're not mentioning Chelsea. So I'm saying, okay, fine. Can we not look at the next 5 games? Can we not look at till the end of the year before talking about, because Champions League comes into effect, the Carabao Cup that Man City are still in comes into effect,
and Arsenal is still in. I feel I need to point that out because I don't know why you pointed that Man City are in it, but not that Arsenal are in it.
Yeah, no, because Wolfie is making it seem that the basic is a foregone conclusion. Do I think Man City are in the driving seat? Maybe maybe so, but
You
there's
can't be in the
injuries
driving
and there's
seat
things
till you're
that-
top. You can't be in the driving seat till
Yeah,
you're top. You can't be.
like it's so funny, right? How like rhetorics and ideas change because Wolfie might have predicted Man City to win the league, but most people said that Man City aren't the same team. Their defense, again, can we rely on it? When you look at that game yesterday that I saw for Man City, were they like the Harlem Globetrotters? No.
Neither were
they're
you,
not.
or neither were you on Saturday.
No, but I'm not saying Arsenal are this fantastic team. I'm not waxing lyrical about them. But
You have done, though.
But you have done.
Yeah,
This is now that we've got a bit close. Literally last week, you were very confident.
Right. I think people are losing. People are losing like what I'm trying to say here. But okay, no, it's
I get it.
Well, according to Wolfie about next 5 games and jumping the guns and all that stuff, is he not just talking about Villa? So, according to Wolfie, Villa's in the title race. If he thinks that they're beating Arsenal,
fine. I want to hear this same energy. If Villa then drop points in the next 3-4 games, I want to keep the same energy, keep them in the same title. Why are Chelsea not in the title race now?
Well, I never put Chelsea in the title race.
they were until they back in.
I did.
Because if you're
Everyone
mathematically,
apart from Man City, man.
let's be real though, Lee. Yeah,
Sorry.
you're a team.
Could Liverpool get back in this time?
Well,
Let's not go
hold
too
on. The
far.
Man United still.
Everybody's in the
We could
title
be,
race. Fuck
we
it,
could
man.
be.
Temp upwards during a title race.
The way
You know what?
It's boring.
no, wait. No, it's not boring.
Can I tell them
analysis,
about
Lee.
our
Wait,
conversation?
one sec, Lee. Wolfie, yeah, you can do after if you don't mind. Lee, one thing we're not gonna do yet is have your multiple personalities jump on screen however you feel. One week you want to banter, next week you want to be serious, and next week you want to be in between and then do up other gimmicks like for Liverpool and counter. You are. It's boring. It's boring because it's funny. It's funny how you just about get past Wolves and not produce enough performances of late, and now you want to be serious. No, but it don't work on me. I'm just pointing it out so everyone can see it.
Can I just say one thing? Can I just say one thing on Villa? Let me ask. Sorry, right? The here and now right now with Villa. Yeah, Villa are 3 points off Arsenal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Lee, why are Villa not in a title? Hold on. Why are Villa not in a title race?
They're 3 points off
Because they're not
Arsenal.
good
No,
enough.
hold on, VD.
Because they're not good enough to sustain a league title over the course of 38
in that case,
games.
wait,
can I finish my sentence?
Yeah.
And
I thought, well, that was enough. That's all I wanted, to be honest.
Only 2 weeks ago, we did this with Chelsea. And
we're not talking about Chelsea. We're talking about Villa. Okay, so you've just said that Villa are not good enough No, hold on. You've just said, Lee, I asked you about Villa, not Chelsea. So you've just said that Villa are not good enough to retain a title race, right? Are you?
Oh,
no, possibly not.
So why are you putting yourself in a title race then? Is it not the same
because
thing?
At least I've seen sustained periods of 3 seasons where
failure
Arsenal have done it. No, again, what are you talking about?
I think you're half a second delayed, by the way, Lee. I think you're half a second delayed, by the way.
Oh, no,
because when we do talk, your thing jumps. No, it does because when you talk, then it jumps and it's like it sounds like
there
you're
is a
crashing
delay.
over each
There's a
other.
delay.
There's a delay, yeah.
Give me 2 seconds, literally. Let me swap.
Cool.
So while he's doing that, can we
Arsenal
just
all of a sudden aren't good enough? They don't have a good enough squad to sustain.
No, I agree with you on that. I was VD. I wasn't saying Arsenal aren't good enough. What I'm saying is, if you're saying it about Villa because you're basing it on previous seasons, then you have to say the same about Arsenal. Me personally, I think Villa are in a title race, and I also think Arsenal, of course, I think Arsenal are good enough to win the league.
But can
I'm just saying, if you're going to use the narrative on other clubs, you have to use the same narrative on Arsenal because we can't not use that narrative and go
exact same as us.
Yeah. But a title race doesn't mean you're going to win. This is where I think the comprehension's gone different. Yeah, there's title racing, and then there's actually being in one to the point where you're going to win it. Yeah, as it stands, if you're mathematically within the title leaders, where it looks, it's only a couple points, a few points. Technically, you're still racing, aren't you? You're in that title race now. Yeah. Even if you get out of it, you're out now. Cool. You're not in that race.
Wait, hold on. When I told you I was in a title race last year, Cass, in Jan.
What do you mean? Wait, hold on, Wolfie. I joined in with you because I was shameless about it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I thought you were going to pit Arsenal in second.
18 games or 15 games, whatever it is into the league, everybody's supposedly in a title race. The real race, in my opinion, starts from January, February. Let's then see.
February, I think. Yeah, I agree.
Who's then? So for now, it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games where all these other teams are going to do quite well. Man, currently Sunderland in the top 4. Nobody in their right mind believes that they're going to finish. They're going to finish.
They're seventh.
Sorry, they were in the top 4. Apologies. Nobody in their right mind believes that Sunderland are going to finish above certain teams. Are going to finish top 4, top 5. Nobody. But currently, they're doing really, really well. So yes, Aston Villa, they've shown this season they're capable of beating some big teams at home, and they've beaten some of the bottom feeders away. Great. But do we believe that Aston Villa, who have Unai Emery, who have shown that they do bottle even the possibility of getting top 4, not titles,
and cups, please mention that, and
cups, rather than Arsenal in comparison to Arsenal, have shown, yes, I'm not saying Arsenal are going to win. I'm saying title challenge. They've not even shown that they can do it in the top to win a top 4 race. They lost against one of the worst Man United teams away from home last season to actually get in the top 4. All they needed to do was win the game, and they get Champions League. They couldn't do that. They lost the bottle, and Unai Emery has shown more times than not that he bottles it in the league. All I'm saying is, can we not just use that same logic and rhetoric when we talk about? Are they in a league? Are they in a title race right now? It's a few games into the season.
They're contending though. They're not real like title contenders like that. We're putting them in a race. Like they're just race. You're in a title race.
You got Usain Bolt. You got Johan Blake. Who's the other one? Gay, whatever his name is, the US runner. And then you just got like the other man that are quick, but they're never gonna win it.
They're racing. But I think racing and being an actual title contender, like a real one, is pretty different. If you're in a race because you're in distance right now. If we're actually putting it into context, a race you're in. If you're within distance, that means you can still win it, but it doesn't mean you're probably going to be the favourites to do so, right?
We have to put them in it. I was watching.
Wait, am I in a title race then?
I was watching. You're in a relegation. No, you're in a relegation battle. I was watching that great show. I was watching the great show last night, and I can't lie. Was it last night that Josh came on, or was it the night before?
Yesterday.
And
he was putting out the chest.
I can't lie. He's back. Josh is back. I want Villa to keep winning till January, because then some of the statements he's going to be making in January are going to be mental. I can see him getting giddy.
I find it mad that Arsenal fans that get told again, and again, I'm not trying to do the poor Arsenal fans. I just, from what I see, we are looking. You can't look too forward as an Arsenal fan. Take the next 5 games. Take the next 10 games. We're looking at games in April. We don't know. I remember 2 seasons ago, we had to win 9 games. We dropped the ball against Aston Villa at home, and we won all the other games, and we didn't win the league because we looked too far forward. All I'm saying is, I just think it's crazy to look at a game in April or whenever we play Man City away. I think we need to take the next 5 games and just at least go to the Christmas period, end of the Christmas period.
The one thing I would say, but then there's no point in doing Premier League predictions at the start of a season. That's what we do. We always make predictions.
That's different. I'm talking about right now
how's that different?
In the crux of the season, you're now saying that, and I'm saying, look, take into consideration Champions League, take into consideration injuries, taking into consideration form. There are so many different things that you're going to say, because everybody in the world was saying Arsenal look like the best thing since sliced bread, not conceding goals, and now all of a sudden form has made it shown.
Wait, how do you know we haven't taken those things into consideration?
But you're not, because all you're doing is because you're not, because you're literally just saying, "Oh, the season's going to come down to the game at the
Etihad." After I took into consideration all the things he did.
So what you're saying is, Arsenal and Man City are going to be neck and neck until that game.
Wolfie, there's one thing I've been trying to say that's very important about that game. Just as a bit of context, that game is not a 3-point game; it's a 6-point game.
Well, yeah.
So it is.
Yeah. So can I just ask, Wolfie, because you're saying that game's going to come down to the Etihad, the season's going to come down to the Etihad. Are you saying Arsenal are going to be top until that game, and then they're going to go ahead of us?
I'll be honest with you. I'm saying I'm not even convinced you make it to April.
No, but you didn't say that. In April, Let's rewind the tapes. You didn't say that. You said the game's going to come. The season's going to come down to that game. So now you're changing it again. This is my point to where I'm saying let's take games in a cluster of 5 games, because only a few weeks ago, and I backed it up with my point. Only a few weeks ago, the same way how only a few weeks ago you were pressed week in and week out. Are you in a relegation scrap? You made a valid point by saying that you're not, because it's only a few games and you had a poor manager at the time. So let's just give it a few games for things to flatten out and streamline and see who the real people are in the league title, and then take it, because there are so many things that are going to play a big factor in. At the top of the league, where you were last season, we know that the Champions League is going to play an important factor into it, and injuries are going to play an important factor in it. Lastly, form. I'm not here waxing lyrical about Arsenal. I'm just saying, don't lose your head about one team. That's it.
Yeah, but the difference is
who are they losing their head about?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying Wolfie's going on like Arsenal are shit now, and Man City are the best.
I've never said Arsenal is shit. I've always said from day one this season, Man City will win it. Wait, hold on. And I've also said the reason Arsenal won't win it is because of Arteta. I've been consistent with it, bro.
I don't think Lee. I can't lie. I haven't heard him waxing lyrical about City.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from.
Well,
but
I'm just saying,
Wolfie, you're right, and I'm wrong in the same sense, because Wolfie always calls Arsenal bottle jobs. That's a fact, and he's also been a big advocate for City for winning the league this season as well. So technically, you're right. You're both right in what you're saying. But anyways, we're talking about
what league we've got today, man.
We're talking about title races and stuff. Let's switch it to the games itself, because it's like we can do this cute stuff on a Tuesday night when there's no football, and we can have a proper conversation about title races and stuff. But let's go to the weekend, man. Look, I think it's only fair that we start with the teams that got the two scorelines that were actually thriving with the 3-0, isn't it?
Thank you.
We got a Palace one and we got a Forest one. That were.
By the way, why are you the Spurs person?
Bro, there's no one available. Look, right, let's break it down. Young Jay, right, we just had Deji on. Fine.
You had a good 45 minutes of cooking Deji yesterday, Wolfie.
Young Jay's in Thailand. Yeah, Young Jay's in Thailand. Sava doesn't want to be a part of panels. Cool, that's fine. George has got meetings, which again is fine.
Get Sean on. Get Sean on, man. Sean needs to slap.
No, Sean
and Wolfie.
Sean streams 4 or 5 times on a Monday. Impossible. So I've already asked him.
What channels does he go on?
He's got quite a few, to be fair. But he doesn't remember their lives are like 3 hours long.
Find me one that's got like 2 subscribers. Then I need to cook some of that chicken.
I'm on the hunt for it, but it's difficult, especially when it comes.
I'm thinking my brother on then.
But to be fair, Jay is a part of this panel. He's just away at the moment.
Get your brother on, VD.
Mancunian Jay's on tomorrow and typically Thursdays.
I cooked him yesterday.
Surprised George has gone. George does seem to have gone underground recently. I can't lie.
Bro, by the way, just so you know, Cass, George said to me that if Forest beat Spurs, he's gonna run me a money sleeve video. So
wait, repeat that.
Yeah, he said to me, if Forest beat Spurs, he was gonna run me my own personal money sleeve video.
I do love when people write things like get expressions on. Oh yeah, it's that easy. Oh yeah, expressions. You got to, bro. Yeah, expressions is not that easy to get on.
We have to start with the Spurs one. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I think so. That's a big.
All right, the bigger question is: look, Forest played good enough, but Spurs were also that pants as well, like leaving mistakes. Your goals were pretty much all bangers. I'd even say the pressing on the first goal was superb. Crazy. I liked it. That's proper Sean Dyche ball. So it's like cool, pressing from the front, making sure that they make a mistake. Vicario has shown that he is a mid goalkeeper, and I have been right all this time. I have not rated him.
I've never rated him as well.
Highly. He's a weird goalkeeper, man.
Do you know what baffled me yesterday though? When I was listening to Never a Foul, right, and hearing all the stats on Tottenham this season compared to last season. And I mean, listen, I'm a Thomas Frank fan. I think Thomas Frank is a good manager, but it is nasty when you start looking at the fact that he literally came in, you know, how bad Ange was with conceding goals in that high line. And Thomas Frank's come in and conceded more goals. That's nasty.
That's sackable.
The fact that Tottenham are on more points this season than they were last season, that is nasty.
Yeah, Frank was known to be a manager of stability as well, like someone that was actually stable. And they look more unstable than previously.
Bro, correct me if I'm wrong, but like in previous seasons, Van de Ven and Romero have been out a lot more than this season. Right?
I will not correct you because you're not wrong.
It's all these things I'm looking at thinking.
But it was all Big Ange's fault. It's all Big Ange's fault.
And I'm looking at a manager that I rate, and then I'm looking at like a manager that I really don't rate in Postecoglou. And I'm kind of thinking, fucking hell. Like, I get you have to give someone time, but...
how about this? Sav said yesterday, maybe he was too hard on Ange. That's
is that the
they
tone?
were 17.
No,
they were 17.
Yeah, Deji was asking for Ange
to come back.
So wait, hold on. Is it is Sava turning like milk? You know when it's a day expired or about to expire? Is it turning like milk?
A little.
It's smelling a little now. It's getting there. Don't worry, guys.
Cass, you're only doing that because he doesn't do panel shows, so you don't have to have.
Well, that means he can't defend himself, Dab, so we couldn't say anything.
Guys, don't.
No, I'm being legit. He said it.
Much about Frank. Stop it. Why can't we have a proper conversation?
And you know what? That third goal, Wolfie, grow up. That was me.
Love you, Sam.
But the third goal was kind of a bit of a throwback to old Premier League days where we used to get bangers on Match of the Day. Felt like that. It was a beautiful goal, man.
Stangari posting in with dirt.
I nearly climaxed in that third one. I can't lie. It was beautiful.
Is it the fact that it's because your brother supports Spurs as well, though? It's got to be that.
I
know you was
like, don't really link those two statements together, right? Please, but
Lee, I know you and Tobes are good friends, yeah. The Tobes meltdown on Big Six is going to be fucking monumental,
bro. Man, I got better voice notes from Tobes. You know what Tobes does? He likes to break it down. Like, the reason it happened was this.
Nah, he loses his head. He just starts shouting.
I can say this because obviously I know him like very personally. Yeah. Like, Tobes is somebody where when it's with Tottenham, there's all this logic, context, and there's so much decorum. But when he is actually quite a fair fan overall, but when it comes to people that he's got an agenda over, it's like he just comes out with like these weird analogies and ideologies about certain teams and certain players, and that's where I kind of just lose my thought process. But I will say, honestly speaking, he is actually a lot fairer as a person, as a general football fan than most. So. Yeah,
outside the Spurs.
Do you think he loses his head more to the fact that he knows that he's got Big Six and he has to sit there for 2 hours?
I think he just loses his head.
I mean, everyone won but him at the moment.
I don't know. Obviously,
seriously, all of the five.
I've met Steve once, but like I think he does. Like you just got to think like when people just disrespect your team, like
it's a long day.
It's just like it's just long, and obviously like. Big Steve, the way he talks about Spurs, you got Turkish, the way like Chelsea, you got.
Matisse is. I feel like Matisse and Toads. Matisse will fucking cook him today. Like Matisse is gonna rip him to pieces today because it's like Matisse comes alive when he's talking about Tottenham.
Hates the fact that me as a Forest fan, when it goes at him, man.
Obviously, from a Tottenham point of view, right? You've got.
Don't worry. Wait till.
You've got to look at it because you've got to think, right? They've got the best training ground in England. They have 100%.
But that's not a training ground. That's a hotel complex, man.
Unreal.
I haven't seen it. Is it?
It's out of this world.
It's like going to the Hilton, man. That's why you get all these pussy performances from them. They get manicures and shit before the match.
And then you've got the best stadium. You've got all of these gimmicks in the stadium.
Best bar.
You've got everything, and then you've got
glasses that fill up from the bottom.
You've got a team that are just basically so crap and underachieved, and you've got all the other London clubs doing pretty much better than them, give or take. Obviously, Arsenal that haven't won in 5 years, but you've got all of these other things that surround them. So you can kind of look at it and think, bloody hell, like why can't we be successful? Why can't we have continuity? And then the last thing,
Tottenham.
They've had all of these different. I think the thing with Tottenham fans is they've had Mourinho, they've had Conte, they've had Poch, they've had Ange, they've had all of the managers. Every single manager.
They've had every. Lee, Nuno. If there's a pick and mix of managers, they've had every flavour. Right? They've tried every single approach.
New stadium. new this, new that.
Just,
they even changed their emblem, man. They even changed their emblem.
But I think one of
crisis club.
One of the funniest things I picked up on yesterday, yeah, and I've been picking up on it for ages, right? It's something that all Tottenham fans say, yeah. It's the most confusing thing when they go, when you're back, right? You ain't never been here, right? And they always say, when we're back, I'm going to cook all of you. It's like, back to where?
Do you know what? My dad actually made a great point as well. Even like you think about the new stadium they've got. Most stadiums, you have to move ground. Other than Liverpool and Tottenham, every other new stadium has changed location. They're the only place and Liverpool that have actually stayed in the location that they were and pretty much built on top of it.
Yeah.
And they still have the ghost of new crap, like stuff happening to them, whether they can't beat Arsenal pretty much in the last 4 years, whether they had a poor record against West Ham at home. Like everything that happens in it, they've got like a crap record at home. Like it's just so many things that just happen to them.
I don't think they know how to identify a manager that suits them in probably the long. I'm not saying I don't think
rip it up.
Yeah, but I do. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, but Frank, I don't think Frank's crap. I just think when you look at his team at Brentford,
why don't you think he's crap, Kath? I've always wanted to ask you that.
I just don't think he's crap. Like I think there's something about. I think long term he's good, and I think anyone that goes Tottenham, you failed. So it don't really matter what happens. They will make him look crap.
Tottenham's a failed club.
For me with Tottenham, and it's kind of evident on the pitch. They don't identify correct players in terms of the young players for me either. They just go by whatever the flavor is that they can find that nobody else wants. Archie Gracie, like Archie Flamboyant yesterday, goes to show that he should have probably stayed at Leeds or went somewhere he was going to get more minutes of football to develop, right? Or get loaned out at least. Didn't happen. Like with Spurs and Frank, the only one that I could say that kind of suits them and what Frank wants to do is Van der Ven probably, and I'd probably say Kudus, and the rest of it, no, it's all wank. And Maddison, but he's in. But the thing is, he's injured, so. I looked at Frank and thought Man United was more suited to what he wants, right, in terms of players. But if you want what Frank wants, you need to do what you said. You need to rip up the whole thing.
Don't you think he's the perfect manager for them with that framework?
Not necessarily.
I don't know. You're not old enough, but Daps and Lee. Do you remember Raggy Dolls?
Yeah, dolls like you and me.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I get a Spurs vibe out of it. It's just a bunch of crap put together in the crap place, in a crap location.
Yeah, because they had that.
If you want to,
regardless, like it goes to show. Look, the players are not buying into his ideas. I don't think he's bought into the club too tough either. I just don't. The way I look at Spurs is they're never going to identify the correct manager until they work out a manager that can play.
So who would you say is the correct manager in terms of like?
But what they've got, if people players were available and stuff, I think I have no idea. I'll be real, I have no idea because I think their team it's got balance but no balance.
But don't you think they should just get a randomer? You know what I'm saying? Like dip out to like the Belgium league or something, the up and comer there.
I will say though, like my thing is, I don't even think it's a manager thing. I genuinely think when you look at clubs, I do think you do look at the board. I think you look at the board and you think there is nothing that screams we are winning by any means necessary. Whatever you want to say about Arsenal, the Kroenkes have shown they want to win to a certain point. By backing the manager, giving him time and giving him money. Abramovich have shown that. The obviously Saudis and Newcastle, they're shown it. The top projects, you can see that the owners are showing that they want to win. The reason why we Chelsea fans get onto their owners is because when they're actually at a point of nearly doing something successful, they're not backed all the way with senior players. That's
You're right. You're so right.
Which is now managers come out as well and said.
When you look at a club, they're a proper club where you look at and think, bloody hell, if we had elite owners, we would go somewhere because then everything trickles down.
Because they've got everything already, infrastructure. They've already got it.
Yeah, they've got everything.
But the thing is, look at Man United this year. Yeah, look at Man United this year, and it's still not enough. United went out there, bought in Bumos, Cunhas, and stuff. People that are just proven or whatever. Who says the recipe's going to work? Probably we don't know yet, right? It's a long way off. But you look at Spurs. They're not far off Man United's points, but in terms of looking at their performances, how many goals they're shipping as well considering what Ange was doing last year, the point difference and the trajectory they went, I can see why Tobes. He probably thinks he's going to have the same trajectory.
Do you know what it is?
But think about it. Who did they buy this summer? Bar Kudus. What have they really done?
Bro,
who did they really get?
If you look at it, you cannot have in any successful walk of life, you have to have short, medium, and long-term goals, right? I don't believe, and probably the most important is the long, right? I don't believe Tottenham can have long-term goals because they're changing manager so often, right, that you are never going to have a squad that aligns. And each manager is so fucking different. It's not like you're going, all right, we're going to get rid of him and bring in a more successful version of him. They're changing their style of manager. Therefore, the players will not suit the managers. It's just all over the fucking game.
It took us so long. Like when we were chopping and changing, it took us so long to get rid of some of those players. We had players from Conte's era for ages, for years, and even now, looking at players that were brought under Tuchel, there's some of them are still here. Like Sterling is still here. There's actually stuff like it's hard to get rid of these players.
Just look at what Arteta did.
Oh my God,
that's the first thing. It's the first thing. It's the first thing Arteta had to do when he got to Arsenal, right?
All right,
was get a squad of players, and it's taken him a couple of years to do that. You have to get a squad of players.
Yeah, I'll upload it.
That suit you.
Shall I not watch it? Shall I not watch it? We'll just watch it live together for the first time.
What are you two talking about? That was
George sent him the video.
What video?
Money sleeve.
Huh?
The money sleeve video. Do you want me to share it?
Should we check it first?
Oh shit! See, this is just awkward, man.
I
don't get. How can you go?
Should we let the chat decide? Do we just watch it and potentially risk shutting the channel down?
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let's finish the Tottenham segment, then we could do.
But the whole thing with it, even when the money sleeve thing, how can you be a Tottenham fan and be acting like that?
I thought you were going to stop at how can you be a Tottenham fan? Like, stop there.
But you know what? Like, I will say, right, Wolfie. I grew up in Hackney. I lived in Waltham Forest for 18 years before I moved out, whatnot, right? So I've lived in pretty much two of the closest boroughs to Tottenham.
Nasty.
I genuinely,
you have my
heart, I can't understand how people would support Tottenham. Now, there's a certain demographic and a certain part of London where it's just an influx of Tottenham fans. Now, whether you live near the stadium, I can maybe understand that because of the community links, or if you live like in Cockfosters or a bit further
around,
surrounding areas.
My mum was born in Cockfosters.
There's a lot of
even in Essex,
Jews and stuff like that. It kind of makes sense,
yeah,
right?
They
kind of acclimatize and gravitate.
Barnet in their men's.
Barnet, get all of that. But
definitely
anyone else, it's like, why do you choose like Tottenham? There's
man. My brother grew up in Bedford and he's a Spurs fan.
Oh no, but Wolfie, Bedford's weirdly Bedford, yeah.
So many Spurs fans, bro.
I don't get it, bro. I've never understood it.
Was freaking Spurs fans.
And the bad thing is, like what Lee just listed there, Greek, Cypriots, no, not really.
Yeah. Italians,
no, not really. Maybe it's the Italian lot. Maybe it's the Italian lot of Bedford. Actually, I think he might be right.
To Spurs, man.
No idea.
You know what is a Spurs, as well?
Actually, hold on.
What?
Have they even had an Italian player?
Yeah, Becarios.
No, I mean Premier League. Because Tottenham are one of the when Tottenham started buying up players early days, of the Premier League.
Ticini when he
back in like 94, 95 and that. Did they buy any Italians then?
I'm trying to think.
No, they bought Klinsmann. No, they bought Klinsmann. It was a German. Yeah, it was a German.
Yeah, they ain't no massive.
Ginola was French.
I said Modric.
Modric is not Italian.
But like genuinely, as I said, it's just
Leighton Buzzard. You're right. Leighton Buzzard has.
Leighton Buzzard's got
Ginola's French.
Ginola's
French. Bloody dumbasses, man.
But deeply, but regardless of the fan thing, they got battered by Forest, and that goes to show who, like,
again,
to this day, what it is. They can't build a team, they never have. And they're going to say, what about Pochettino? They got lucky. Harry Kane got given the chance. Kyle Walker was already there, and he was having loan spells, and he came back and whatever, and then he was there. Yeah, Modric came through at a different era. Dembele came through at the same kind of period, then it changed.
Yeah.
Wanyama come a couple years later.
If they had that
Dele Alli came a few years later. It just kind of gelled into a team that worked at that time, and it never built on it.
Yeah, like if there's certain players that like left as others came.
But
if they would have kept players during that period there might have been.
But look how that team assembled. It took years to really assemble that whole team, and it just. I think it was a coincidence why they came together.
It was a coincidence.
But even before that, when they sold Bale and they bought a load of crap like Lamella and that, and then after that,
that was
selling Harry Kane, and they bought pretty much a load of crap. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. They don't know how to build a successful team. They never really built a team.
Up as well,
it comes in sections. It's like the Harry Redknapp team.
Soldado when we got
the Harry Redknapp team. Lee, you remember the Wolfie? Remember that team? Yeah. That team was just basically a coincidence that Bale came through. Modric was there,
and they were about to sell Bale to Forest for 1 million.
They're about to sell him to us.
1 million.
My growing up, obviously, me personally. I always grew up with the idea that Arsenal are just clear and above Tottenham. They're going to play above because they're going to play against Arsenal, but there is nothing that Tottenham can ever speak to bloody Arsenal about. Genuinely speaking, growing up, Chelsea was seen less than Tottenham, but it still was like there's a clear divide between Arsenal, Tottenham, and then Chelsea. Chelsea became who they were, and then Tottenham were just like in the abyss or whatever. But really and truly, it was at nothing.
Can I ask you a question? Would it be crazy to say that Spurs are either the worst or the second worst London team in the Premier League?
No.
Did you make an argument for worse?
There's worse.
Wait, who's worse? Who's worse?
Charlton. Millwall.
No, Premier League.
Oh, Premier League.
I can't say that because Tottenham have won.
West Ham's pretty stinky at the moment.
Tottenham are better than clearly.
No, I'm talking right now.
They're better than West Ham.
If we had a mini London tournament,
they're better than Brentford.
No, they're not better than Brentford. They're better than Brentford.
They're better than Brentford. Way better than Brentford, man. Come on, they're better than Brentford.
To include Watford.
I said Newcastle. You're all right, bro. It's the second time. Why is he called? That's the same. Yeah, it's the same guy that said Monty. You're right, bro. Like, go have a coffee or something.
They got a long way to go, man. You know what it is? I think they don't look too much at the present, and they think about future. You know when you said goals 5 years from now, I think they just look at future, and then that's it. It's like future, nothing that comes in between, and that's our goal. This season, that's what we're gonna achieve. That's it.
Yeah, do you know why that is, Cass? Do you know why that is? Tottenham remind me of Tom Hanks in The Terminal. They've just got no passport. You know what I'm saying? They're just in the middle of nowhere. They live in a terminal because they want to be, they want that visa to get into America, that big six, but they can't quite get there. Yeah. And they can't go back home.
Do you know what? Do you know what, Wolfie? Genuinely, hand on my heart, that is a fantastic analogy. If you've seen The Terminal, you will understand how good of an analogy that is. That is goated. Genuinely, that is actually goated.
Now I want to watch Terminal.
It's a sick film, man. You're not seeing
a sick movie, man.
No, I need to watch
Tom Hanks, man, he's probably top 10 actors.
Yeah.
He's a great actor, man. Like,
and Catherine Zeta in it.
That's a great movie. You know what? That needs to be clipped. That's a great movie. That's a great movie. And it's a great.
It is the George. Let's get some more likes, anyways.
I ain't seen this yet. He said it's clean. He said you can put it on.
We kind of touched in it at the start, but I want to give you a breakdown of my Saturday. Right, so I woke up.
Really? I want to see this George thing.
Does it involve buying 6 houses, Lee?
No, it doesn't. I woke up. I had breakfast in bed. Went to the gym. Did a little run, 5K. Well, it was about 4.5, and I got home. Came home, showered, lounging around. I did watch a bit of the Liverpool games, and I had to get ready because I went Harry Potter.
You didn't have a bowel movement.
I took the missus.
You went to Harry Potter World.
Me and the missus, we went to Harry Potter World.
And Lee, this time of year it's all festive.
Harry Potter World is crap, man.
Do you know what? Can I tell you something? I booked this game. I booked this in August. Right?
Lee, you have to. So my daughter's born on the 16th of December, yeah? So we took her 2 years ago, right? And I was trying to get tickets around about October time. I ended up having to buy them through a reseller for the maddest amount of money. Because Christmas period, everyone wants to go there.
It's mad. It was so bad.
You loved your daughter.
And I tell you, I booked it during the day, so that I don't actually know why I booked it in the days. Because I went after that.
By the way, Lee, I've got meetings here. How long is
me and the missus, we went to the game. Funny enough. I'm thinking, yeah, I've had such a good day. We spent 2.5 hours, drove all the way up to Watford, driving back now, speeding on the motorway. Bloody, it's like getting dark now, whatever, because it's an 8 o'clock start, whatever. Get to the stadium, couldn't find nowhere to park, got a ticket, didn't even care because I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to watch Arsenal. Fine. Mate, I'm not joking when I say that has to be top 3 worst performance. That was worse than the end of Wenger and the end of Emery. That performance, genuinely speaking.
Was it worse than the story?
Nah, it wasn't.
I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed finding out a little bit more.
That was my Saturday though. That is how bad that performance was.
Are you going to tell us about your Sunday as well?
Hold on. So which was better? Harry Potter World or the Arsenal game?
Arsenal, man. Harry Potter World.
No, Harry Potter World, man. That's elite, bro.
Yeah, I like Harry Potter World. I like it as well.
Bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, take your girl there, take your daughters if you got.
And as for the shop at the end, the queues in the shop at the end is mad, isn't
bro. Hey, do you know how big the shop? Anyway, I don't want to talk about.
Bro, it's a rip off. When I went, they had that stupid broomstick with the green screen, man. I'm thinking.
I got a picture. How much? I paid £40. I jumped on it.
I ain't paying for that.
I got a video. Yeah.
Wait, did you say you went with your missus?
No, yeah, me and the missus like Harry Potter, man.
My God, man, I thought you took like the kids or something, man. It's just like,
man, me and the missus, we went, and then we went to the Arsenal game.
What did you do
like Harry Potter? Do you like Harry Potter because it reminds you of James from AFTV?
No, I like Harry Potter because it's just like a.
Hold tight, James. James is a good guy, by the way.
Story about.
Yeah, it is. It's a sick story.
It's a good story, man. Yeah. But anyway, point being is that my day started off good, and it ended with Arsenal. It ended with Arsenal and an £80 fine. That's what it ended with. And I
sorry,
I'm stupid picture.
Can I just ask you lot something quickly? I had this weird thing happen yesterday on the way back. I was watching the Rafale on my phone in my car, driving back along a bypass, and I probably was going a little bit. Well, I definitely was going a little bit quick. And then I see flashing lights behind me, so I'm like, "Fuck's sake!" So I pull over. Pull over to let them go past me. They went past me, then indicated, pulled in front of me, and then across the back of their screen, it said, "Please check your speed. Please check your speed." Then they turned their lights off and drove off. Have they clocked me, or were they just reminding me, "Chill out, bro"? Or have they?
They're just telling you to chill out.
They're just
no, because that would have said slow down. Like you should have checked your speed and like, cheers, man, 90.
The funny thing is, the first thing I actually did was check the time, and I saw it's 5 to 7. Yeah, and I thought, yeah, you man, finish at 7. Yeah, and you don't because they were heading back to the police headquarters. I thought, yeah, you man don't want it. Anyway, let's move on from Tottenham. Let's move on to
George.
Let's move on. Oh, yeah, George, go
on. He cashed in the money in the bank and he is getting his personal money sleeve. There you go, Wolfie. Hope you're happy.
Was that it? Was that it? That's worse than your team's performance. You fraud. You're doing it again and you're doing it properly, man. I want to see that energy. I want to see the money sleeve and all that shit, man.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, bro.
Nah, George.
We need a bit of
that count.
I can't even lie. I don't know what it's like to feel like this. Here he goes in 2 days. Bro, I'm feeling different right now. The money's long. Hey, someone give me the money sleeve. Spurs are just letting it rain. You know one of them ones? We're making it rain right now. There's an app.
Can I tell you something about George? Yeah, let me tell you something about George. We go to the same gym, yeah. You see, when George goes gym, I swear, do you know what? I don't even want to. Do you know what? Actually, no, I'm not going to say that because I might get him in trouble. Actually, I'll tell you off screen.
Not get him in trouble because that is not acceptable.
Well, I think we can all work out now.
But all I want to say is, when George goes to the gym, he's not concentrating. Let's just say that. I just want to say that about George because George, And that just makes that adds up to what he's doing right now. He does this money sleeve thing. He's not concentrating because he should know his club. George should know he supports Tottenham. That was crazy to do what he did with this whole money sleeve. And for me to see him live in action in the gym, it's a common theme. He doesn't concentrate.
Does he wear a money sleeve in the gym?
No, he doesn't. He in the gym, he goes there and he basically acts like a proper mixed race guy. If you know about mixed race people, they do
I was
going to
say it, but it's better coming from you, Lee.
Yeah, they do certain things in the gym. Yeah. And I just want to say that George acts like a proper. That's all I want to say.
What you're saying is he's moving like a PT.
Actually, I don't know what
he's moving like a PT that actually isn't bothered about being a PT. He's got other agendas.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been doing, bro. I ain't seen him there for a minute, but I don't know.
Well, he's hiding, isn't he? He's been hiding.
How was Arsenal players acting against Wolves? You reckon they scored all three? They scored all 3 goals.
I'm not gonna lie, that was
horrendous.
As I said. Do you know what? Can I say what was actually just disappointing?
Did you go to the game, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Bro, he just told you
he just told the story.
I didn't.
I wasn't do it again.
I wasn't listening.
No. Shut up.
No, we.
Anyway,
not again.
I just want to say that genuinely speaking, it was disappointing because a lot of Arsenal fans left when it was 1-1. I saw at least 200-300 people get up and walk out. Like they just left. They left. It was actually.
Did you leave?
No, I didn't leave.
Oh, 1-1.
Yeah, they left at 1-1, man. It was
what if they left
loads of people left. Loads.
What's wrong with that?
Was it because of that, or was it because they're trying to beat the traffic? Because I see that.
No. Because it was 1-1, then they got up and left.
I think the one thing we should do here, I'm with VD on this because I'm kind of tired of it when people talk about one fan base. That is a regular thing at most grounds on the Saturday night.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right, by the way, but you do see it at grounds. Yeah.
Wait. What's wrong with that? I've left the other way around when we've been 3 or 4-0 up. And
but 1-1, for me, if I'm an Arsenal fan at 1-1, I'm a City fan. I was watching at home kind of thinking until that final whistle fucking goes, yeah?
We didn't know that.
But my thing is, you hadn't even seen how much extra time there was to decide. If it was 3 minutes, maybe you'd be like, okay, not enough time. But there was enough. Why are you
believing this, Lee?
You get 3 or 4 opportunities.
You're so bad.
In the 6 minutes.
I don't get why you're policing this.
No, I just thought it was kind of like.
How do you know someone didn't need a shit or something, man? Like, come on.
There are hundreds of people. They're holding their. They're holding
their. Wolfie. How many people shit? How many people shit at football stadiums? No, I hear what Lee's saying.
I just thought that was a bit weird.
You'd be surprised. Cubicles are out.
I'm not saying listen. I leave games in the 90th minute. Like that's normal.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Have you ever left Highbury or school Emirates vexed because you're vexed?
No, Wolfie, you're missing my point. I'm just saying, as soon as it goes 1-1, literally, and then
why? Let's get into why was it 1-1?
I left the City United game last season when they got a penalty to make it 1-0.
In your view, would you say Arsenal were looking quite leggy still, considering? Because everyone's had midweek games and whatnot, so it's kind of hard to make that excuse. But your midfield generally look tired.
I'm not using that as an excuse because. Nah, that's not an excuse. I just think that we just didn't play well. I just think we didn't play well. Like we've not played well, like consistently throughout the season, attacking wise. And I think on Saturday it was just another wretched, horrible, languishing performance of the strikers and the forwards. Martinelli wasn't great. I thought Madueke, I thought he should have started from considering the fact that he played midweek and he played well. I don't think, I'll be honest, I love Saka. I don't think he was great. I don't care about the GA. I don't think he was great. I don't think there was a need to play Zubimendi and Declan Rice. Odegaard, listen, I don't think Odegaard deserves anywhere near the flack that he's getting. But the thing is, right, and I've seen a few people say it, so I don't even want to seem like I'm making this up. I feel like when we play Odegaard, he drops too far back And when we play Eze, he doesn't find the pockets the way that he should do. So it's almost like you need to play the both of them together so they can have a tandem. You can't play Eze because he doesn't get the ball enough sometimes, and then you can't play Odegaard because he drops too far back and he doesn't work with the forward line. So it was a really weird performance. And I thought after the half time, I thought it would be a lot better. I don't think we were. I thought obviously the Ben White thing. I don't know why Miles Lewis-Skelly didn't start the game. I thought that was stupid from the manager again. But listen, like we do look very boring.
The bit that surprised me was when you scored to make it 1-1. Yeah, I expected it then to, because I mean, I do see comparisons of this Arsenal team as in how you play and how sometimes you can go a goal down against teams. I do see comparisons to City a few years ago where you're like, yeah, all right, you go 1-0 down, but the minute Arsenal get a goal, you know they're going to push for a second goal. When you got your goal, it's like you invited them man back onto you a bit and allowed them back into the game. And it was like
Declan Rice at centre back, bro. It's Arteta. Like if that was City go for the second goal.
Do you know what as well?
Anybody else?
That's the difference.
My thing is as well, right? Where I just it's just weird, like how I see people's views, because when Arsenal were winning and Arteta was making all the rotations and the subs at the right times, he got all the praise. I don't think you can constantly keep mentioning the manager. Sometimes these players just have to perform. And you can't say that the manager hasn't done the right thing at times, because you look at the fact that he's rotated the left-hand side with Trossard and Martinelli. He's been limited with the striker options because obviously we've lost Gyökeres. He's made the most out of it with Marino. Havertz hasn't been able to be fit. Like, so yes, the manager makes mistakes and people know, and I'm not here to defend Arteta because people know what I think about him. No. People know what I think about Arteta, but I think you have to be fair and say the players need to step up. They're not doing good enough.
Yeah, and do not create in the middle at all. And that can't be blamed on the manager.
And Lee, just to back your point, Wolfie, you actually said if that was City push for a second. There's actually been in recent weeks, where I've been pissed off that we invited a team onto us after we scored, and I think Fulham we sat back and invited them onto us. Pep does do it as well, bro. He does do it at times.
But we're talking about Wolves.
Yeah,
you think Pep
you've got a point, bro.
After one goal against Wolves. Come on, bro.
You're right, and the tone always comes from the manager. 100%, I agree. But there are moments in a game where there are just lows. There's peaks and troughs, and there's lows in the game. Now, for me, when I looked at that performance, I genuinely can't say, "Oh, Teta, you are this, you are culpable." Sometimes the players are just not doing the right thing. And I didn't see it in the game. I saw it afterwards. You even saw the video or the clip of Declan Rice, and he's that focus. The players haven't been doing the right thing over the last few games, and only the manager can't. The only person can't always just be the manager that gets all the flack. It can't be. The players sometimes have to have a bit of accountability and responsibility to say, do you know what? We aren't fully pushing these teams to the death and doing the right thing, because how can you say that when it goes 1-1, then we score another one? So clearly there's something going, because the manager didn't just say, do you know what I mean? Like, it can't.
Okay, do you think Declan Rice chose to play centre back basically after you missed my
point? You missed my point. It's not.
No, but you're missing my point.
That's the issue there. That's not the issue. The issue.
That is an issue. I agree with you. The players, for me, the first half is on the players.
He went forward. Like,
the first half is on the players. The players played shocking in that first half. Okay, my point is, when you went 1-0 up, do you think Declan Rice made his own singular decision to go deep and play basically as another centre back, or do you think that came from Arteta?
It's a team dynamic in that moment. Every team, they're going to change the way they play given the circumstance of the game, right? So
based on what? Based on manager instructions.
No, but you can't just constantly keep mentioning the manager. The players.
I've mentioned him from when you scored. I just said first half. That's on the players. There's no excuse for the way they played.
I'll be honest. I think the second half as well. The players, when you're right, when it went 1-1, it was 1-1 in what, the 80. So no, we went 1-0 up in the 71st minute, 71st, I think it was, or 72nd minute. After that, I thought the players were very lethargic. I don't think it was a manager thing. Honestly, I'm literally there. Arteta was kind of still pushing them forward and still kind of garnering some attacking verb from them, and they kind of weren't doing it. And you even see his press conference afterwards. He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy because the way they managed to get. He said that. So I don't think that you can mention just the manager. Honestly, I listen again, Wolfie. I just want to make it very clear. I understand what you're saying about Arteta. I'm not his biggest fan. Trust me, I'm not. But I do think when I'm looking at that game in isolation, it isn't what you're saying. Trust me, it's not the type. Trust me.
That's fair. I mean, that's my opinion on it. I just think we're seeing too many times those traits that Arteta has, that we've seen him mess the leagues up before. We're seeing him start to bleed into this season, in my opinion. Like, I mean, even small things, like drawing with Sunderland on the weekend. Wasn't that the weekend where Man City played Liverpool? Like, he's got to send a statement out that weekend. I know you had, a comfortable 6-7 points, whatever it is at the time. But in these moments, I want to see Arsenal step up and really put a statement out saying, "Come catch us if you can."
You're choosing the wrong games. How can you blame the manager for?
I'm not blaming. You didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. In that moment, that's not on the manager. I'm saying the whole point of what we've seen of Arteta and what we've seen in his Arsenal is when you bottle it in the dumbest moments, bro.
But you talk. Okay, right. But what has that got to do with Arteta? You mentioned Arteta is doing the same things that he's done from the previous season. That's what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Then mentioned the first game, which was Sunderland. You can't mention that game because the reason why we drew that game wasn't on Arteta.
I didn't say you drew that because of Arteta.
All right.
What I'm saying is, if you look back to last season, there were weekends where Liverpool dropped points and Arsenal were playing after them. The amount of times you then and went crap the bed on that same weekend when you could have put pressure on them. Yeah, you can't say that Arteta caused you to lose that game within the game. What I'm saying is the narrative is still there. So when you played Sunderland, Liverpool were playing Man City. I think they played after. I don't know if you can remember or Dabs can remember. So you could have you played before, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could have put a big statement out, put another 3 points, says you take points off each other. This is my point. These big moments in the season are ones where Arteta's team, you can say it's him, you can say it's the team, or you can say it's a combination of both. In these moments, this is where Arsenal crap the bed for me. These are the moments that define seasons.
Dan Potts has done a video on it, isn't he, where he's talking about in certain key moments, Arteta's making wrong decisions, but
because it's horrible.
He's not encouraging those players to create from open play.
My point is that you're pinpointing the wrong times to mention Arteta's deficiencies and trying to label that as an Arteta thing. It's not, because
that is an Arteta trait.
Right, but you're mentioning the Sunderland game. What you could do, what I would say is the games where I would pinpoint the mistakes that Arteta's made that we haven't picked up or looked good or looked as Chelsea, for me, that's on Arteta, because I don't think he made the right decisions and I don't think he did enough to really propel Arsenal forward to actually win the game, considering they lost their best midfielder, the guy that everybody was waxing lyrical about. It was Declan Rice versus Caicedo. That's a game where you could have pinpointed. I think another game that you could have really spoken about is actually the Liverpool game, because they weren't great. And we should have actually tried to do, but we haven't lost many games, so it's hard to really critique him and say
draws are losses in the title race.
No. Okay, you're right, but I'm saying the game against Sunderland, it is not an issue.
I'm not talking about the game. You're missing my point. I'm talking about the psychology behind that weekend. Sorry,
yes, but Wolfie, you keep mentioning. Okay, right. You keep mentioning Arteta. I don't. You mentioned him. Then you straight after that, your first point is Sunderland and how we lost points or we dropped points. I'm saying my point is that the players need to take more accountability with the way we play, because it is not always down to Arteta. When I'm at games at home and I can see the manager,
I haven't said it's always down to Arteta,
pushing the players forward, and the players aren't going forward, or they're not delivering, or individual performances aren't at the certain level required, you can't keep mentioning it is the manager. Ultimately,
I haven't said it's all on Arteta. I've said this is an Arteta trait.
But you said the reason why Arsenal aren't going to win the league
is because of Arteta.
Okay,
Yes.
so you clearly put all of the issues down, or a lot of the issues down, to the manager, and I'm saying it's twofold. It's twofold. But you
do you not think a bit slightly on Arteta? It looks like they're being discouraged to play through the middle, to create through the middle, to take a chance. Like that's the difference from Arsenal a few years ago. Is they took those chances with those passes. You know, there was more creative spark. Now it just kind of looks like, I don't know, you're just trying so hard not to make a mistake, or trying, like the game against us. Yeah, the central areas. If you actually decided to exploit the central areas, you would have come away with the 3 points if you took a bigger risk. Like there was a few chances. The Declan Rice one, when he put it over the top.
Say that line again, BB. Say that line again.
What one?
If they did what?
If they took more chances, if they took more of a risk.
He's risk averse.
That's why I feel like I feel like he's discouraging them to play with more creative spark. That's the bit on that I think with Arteta that's going wrong. I think he's too worried. He's too worried about losing the game deep, or he's too worried about not trying to take that risk because in case of a counter or something like that. And then you just pump it wide, and then it's just like uninspiring. It was the same against Wolves. And the only game, or at least obviously I've not watched every single Arsenal game yet, but I've watched a fair bit. The only game I saw a proper reaction where you actually decided to take risks is when you went 1-0 down versus Sunderland, or when Sunderland thing. That second half, you lot took so many risks, cutting through the lines.
The Chelsea again, that's a lie, because Newcastle away, we absolutely battered them, took risk after risk, and we actually ended up winning it. Again, there you go. We played Bayern Munich. When we played Bayern Munich, we took risk after risk and we won. Tell you another game.
Bayern Munich is fine, and Bilbao was good as well.
Man City second half, we took more risks. Guess what?
But then you take Chelsea, you take the game last week. You can say it for so many. At the start of the season when it was just winning from headers.
Right. But my point to you is, I'm naming you games where we have taken risks and we've actually ended up getting goals or playing much better in the second half. And you're mentioning games where the players haven't played well or the team haven't got the result. And again, you can mention risk averse. So it's a twofold thing. I'm not sitting here defending the manager. I'm saying a lot of people are putting so much emphasis on the manager and just the manager, when sometimes the performances of some of these players, like a Gyökeres, you can't put that on the manager. You can't mention.
No, I agree with that as well. But I also think this is what I'm saying. It is a twofold thing, because someone in your midfield, same as Ødegaard, Ødegaard, I think he does slightly create those chances. He needs to do it more. Someone in your midfield needs to say, "Fuck this, let's do something. Let's actually just try something." You know, like Bruno, where Bruno is getting a bit thing. Bruno will just whack a few. No, but the thing is, he will always just whack a few, and hopefully, that's why he's got so many chances. He pumps it and he pumps it and he pumps it, and eventually something will end up happening, especially when there's a deadlock. I just don't see that from Arsenal.
To your point, we have got not enough. I tell you who's like that, Ranieri, but he doesn't use him enough. I tell you another players like that who actually is a bit more risk averse and he should play with a bit more freedom is actually Eze. But we've seen a difference between Eze at Crystal Palace and Eze.
I don't know what's going on with Eze. He looks a bit like
I agree on both sides, but I'm saying when I look at Arsenal, people are just saying, Odegaard's not good enough. He's rubbish. It's so basic to say something like that. There are so many other points when you see it and you see the way that Arsenal are building up and the way they play. The players aren't going to reaching a certain level and attacking the way they should be, and also the managers making some poor decisions at time. It's come see, come out kind of thing.
What are you saying about Chelsea? You finally got a win, Everton.
That game
Are
should
you
have
in
been like
are you in a are you in a title race, Foden?
I don't know. I'll keep fence sitting in it. I'll keep fence sitting.
Oh, so it hasn't gone yet.
No, it's. I don't think we're gonna. I'm not.
Who you got this weekend?
I'm not doing this every week.
Who you got this weekend?
Cardiff, then I think Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle at St James's Park. Listen, we won. Game should have been like 6-3. Listen, the stream's been going on for a minute, and so I'll just let's just keep it brief. We got the win. Probably should have conceded a bunch. Probably should have scored a bit more. Fan base is in tyranny. You know, Maresca's made comments about the ownership. Now there's
really. I didn't like me about that part. I didn't.
So yeah, so he's been basically saying he hasn't felt like he's been supported. We need extra things to push us against the line. So basically everything I and many other Chelsea fans are screaming for the past thing. But now that he's putting it to light, there's now a torch on him. There's kind of like a tug of war now again for however many times. And now it's looking like we don't even know if Maresca's going to be here at the end of the season. So
really,
yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, I take him as well. I would take him as well. I'd love to take him. Literally, this is what I don't understand. You finally got something that's going good, yeah, and cool. Some people find it's football boring, but you know what? Yeah, it is getting us results, and it has won us trophies. Whatever you think of those trophies, the Conference League, cool. That was kind of a given, but you need to understand the games. I know we've only got a year to go off, yeah, but the games against PSG, you know, Barcelona, like these are two top teams, yeah, and we completely shut them down because Maresca is a top coach, a top tactician. He knows how to break these teams down, and we didn't have that since Tuchel. You know, we remember it was Tuchel, it was Potter, it was Lampard, and it was Poch. Like there was 3 managers in between that. Then we finally got to a manager that has given us something, and now you just want to chuck it away. And you also need to give him credit with keeping Reece James fit. You know, Reece James played 3 games in a week. Are we mad? Reece James played 3 games in a week after being injured for about 3 years straight. Same with Fofana. Fofana's looking like he's getting back to fitness and stuff like that. Like, and now you just want to chuck it away. So God forbid, yeah, you actually go and hire. Listen, I like him. God forbid you go and hire Iraola, yeah, and Iraola's playing the system where it's mad, high pressing, blah 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 blah, and these men get injured again. You're back to square one. Like, it just don't make sense. You want to keep buying young bucks, yeah. So you've bought young bucks for the future, then you've bought more young bucks for the future after the future, and then you've got even more for the future after. It don't make sense. I don't get why.
When is the future going to be the present?
I don't know. I'm going to have kids by the time I see a stable squad. Do you know how mad that is? Like 5-6 years time, I'll probably have kids, and I'm still not going to see a solid starting 11. You're still bringing in these guys. Let's develop this person. It's boring. And now you want to get like someone's called you out on it, and now you just don't like it. It's the same thing. Did you like the
signing of Garnacho?
Like I said, whatever, man. Like I was cool with Gittins. Whatever. Like bring him if
you like the signing of the lab.
Oh yeah, I did.
Did you like? I
did. I still do.
So you want to develop?
You want to develop? Tossing.
I don't think he was. Oh my god! Don't piss me off. Listen, you're in my fucking argument. It's backwards ownership. It's now coming back to bite us in the arse.
It sounds like you're buying into it. You like Gittins, you like Garnacho, you like that. It sounds like you like Esteban. You like buying into this project of kids.
I don't like buying into this project because I want your players like I want a good centre back. Yeah, I've been crying out for a good centre back. Like I said, been off these attackers, sign a centre back. I still want someone else in the midfield. You know, I'd love an Adam Wharton.
You take Murillo
like that. Oh my god, I'd take him in a heartbeat.
So let's put it like this, right now, because it was only a couple of weeks ago where we was actually praising Chelsea quite a lot, but like I don't know what to make it. I don't know how to predict, if I'm allowed, like the future for you guys right now, isn't it? This
is why. Remember what I kept saying about the whole fencing thing. How can I say we're in a title race when I don't trust our team? Like it was just as simple.
You played well. Cole Palmer got a really good goal. Like
who did they play again? I can't remember.
Everton. They beat Everton 2-0. That was a good win. I mean, they bopped you in the first half, but
second half, but then the week after, you're going to see these glaring issues because I
mean, Newcastle's going to be difficult as shit. Don't get me wrong.
Enzo Fernandez going to decide whether he wants to perform. Andre Santos going to remember how to pass. What version of the centre backs are we getting? What version of the wingers are we getting? There's too many questions on what version of this person are you getting. No. I love my club.
Would you say that Man United and Chelsea are
Chelsea? I love my club, man. Look at the hat. I got a fucking. Oh, nice. Okay, it's
I
glued.
didn't know if you
Man said, look at the hat. The man said, look at the hat.
You got the cup. I love my cup.
You got the hat, man.
42 quid on this fucking cup just because it had
then
Chelsea.
You're an idiot. Then.
Exactly.
You could have got that cup, yeah. You could have got a sticker of Chelsea. You could have got a sticker of Chelsea to slap on a £10 cup.
Wait, Casson, you're related.
I've just funded part of a Young Bucks transfer.
No, I don't claim it.
But like, you know what I mean? I love my club, yeah, but I don't hate how it's being run. But I think you got to stop at some point, and they're not stopping, and it's backwards. It makes no sense. You can't.
So there's nothing about the game, just all about the owners.
No, I don't care about the damn.
Oh yeah, I got my pictures from Harry Potter. You know, I am good. Hey, look at this, bro. Hey, well, I gotta hide my girls still, but. Hey, look at that, bro!
I got a picture in the exact same spot, man, with my girl.
Yeah, hey, listen, bro. Anyone take your girl Harry Potter, take your kids, take your family Harry Potter. Well, it's sick, man.
Send them without you, man. That's like
Wolfie. You're just a moody old man. That's all it is.
Yeah,
bro, man. I don't get this Harry Potter thing, man. Nah, do you know what? I took my missus once to Lord of the Rings.
Oh, Lord of the Rings is cold. Love that.
In London, right? Sat down and they started. I turned to her, I go, why the fuck are they singing?
Lord of the Rings
musical. I was like,
what?
Fuck.
No, don't do that.
I don't know about
that.
I
don't know about that. What, they're going to sing about the Shire?
No, I don't mind musicals, innit? I don't mind musicals, but Lord of the Ring musical, I'm not too sure about that one.
Bro, it is long, man. It was long. It was like 3 hours.
I can't do musicals. I think it's. I don't know why.
And then you know when you get second-hand embarrassment before. I did a Lion King, but it's like a puppet show, man. Pay like 200 quid for a puppet show.
My girl loves me. She's always saying, "No, we should go to." I told her, "Listen, you're gonna have to find someone else. Never me. Sitting down watching people. No, I'm all right, man. Just go watch it."
My daughter likes it. I can't lie. My daughter likes it.
So you got no choice.
Is your daughter into this wicked stuff?
Yeah.
Mine's
I think if you
Gladiator yesterday in Birmingham.
Well, you might have to watch out for that one, Wolfie. Anyway, end the stream, Dave.
End the stream, Dave.